The little girl's voice broke the silence of the toy store. "It's okay, Daddy. Maybe next year," she whispered, forcing a smile as she placed the Barbie doll back on the shelf. Her father, Daniel, felt something twist painfully in his chest. He had promised her that doll, a simple gift for her 7th birthday, but the few bills in his wallet weren't enough. He turned away before she could see the tears forming in his eyes. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you re-watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Daniel wasn't a bad father. He was a good man, trapped in a hard life. After his wife passed away, every day had been a battle, juggling 2 part-time jobs, skipping meals so his daughter could eat, smiling through exhaustion. His world revolved around his little girl, Mia. That morning, he'd taken her to the mall for her birthday. Not for shopping, but for air conditioning and distraction. She had seen the doll in the store window. Golden hair, pink gown, and a smile that promised magic. "Daddy, that one," she had squealed, but when he saw the price tag, his heart sank. He looked at Mia's bright eyes and tried to hide his disappointment. "Sweetheart," he said softly, "Daddy will get you something even better next time, okay?" Her voice was small. "I just wanted to play tea party with someone who won't leave." He froze. She was talking about her mother. People around them glanced for a moment, then looked away, pretending not to notice. But one woman, standing near the counter, dressed in a crisp white suit, didn't look away. She had been watching the entire scene silently, her expression unreadable. Her name was Claire Thompson, CEO of Dreamcraft Toys, the very company that made the doll Mia wanted. As Daniel took Mia's hand and walked toward the exit, Claire followed them at a distance. She had built an empire on toys and laughter, but something about that child's voice pierced through the polished armor of her corporate life. Outside, Daniel sat on a bench, pulling Mia close as the wind stirred her curls. "We can still have cake at home," he said, forcing cheer, "and you can help me make it, just like Mommy used to." Mia nodded, but her eyes drifted back toward the store window one last time. Claire stood across the street, watching. The sight of that little girl's longing was like a ghost from her own past. She had grown up poor, too. A father who left, a mother who struggled, and birthdays that passed quietly. That ache. She remembered it all. The next morning, Daniel was back at his janitor job at Dreamcraft's downtown office. He didn't know the woman he'd seen was his company's CEO. To him, she was just another customer in an expensive suit. As he mopped the marble floors, a voice echoed from behind him. "You're Daniel Miller, right?" He turned, startled. It was her, Claire Thompson, holding a pink box wrapped in silver ribbon. He blinked, confused. "Yes, ma'am. Did I miss a spot?" She smiled gently. "You didn't miss anything, but I think I did." She handed him the box. "This belongs to your daughter." He stared at it, then back at her. I can't accept this," he stammered. Claire's expression softened. "You can. And you should. Because yesterday, I saw something I haven't seen in a long time. A father who would give the world for his child." His throat tightened. "But I didn't even have enough for a toy." "That's not what she'll remember," Claire said quietly. "She'll remember that you tried." When he got home that evening, Mia ran to him as always, her laughter filling the small apartment. "Daddy, did you bring cake?" He knelt, eyes glistening. "Better," he whispered. "A gift from an angel." When Mia unwrapped the box and saw the Barbie doll, she gasped so loud that Daniel laughed through his tears. She hugged the doll, and then her father. "Now I can play tea party with Mommy and you," she said softly. That night, Daniel placed the doll beside her as she slept, her tiny hands clutching its dress. He turned off the light and whispered, "Happy birthday, my princess." The next day, Daniel found an envelope on his work desk. Inside was a letter on a Dreamcraft letterhead. "Mr. Miller, I've been inspired by your strength and love for your daughter. Effective immediately, you're being offered a full-time maintenance position with benefits. Families like yours are the reason we do what we do. Welcome home. It was signed, Claire Thompson, CEO. Daniel sat frozen for a moment, then lowered his head, tears spilling freely. Around him, the office hummed with the sound of phones and printers, but for him, the world had never been so quiet, so full of gratitude. And later that week, Claire visited again. She didn't speak about charity or pity. She simply said, "Sometimes the smallest act of love starts the biggest change. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back." And somewhere in that small apartment, a little girl held her Barbie close, whispering to it like a friend, while her father smiled and finally believed that life could be kind again. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who still believes in hope. And don't forget to subscribe to Whispered Words, where stories of love, kindness, and miracles remind us that even the smallest gestures can change a life.